What if the spare change sitting in your kitchen drawer is actually worth more than your car, your house, even your entire retirement savings? Imagine holding a single coin in your palm, a 1960 no-mint mark quarter that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but could sell for as much as $960,000. Yes, you heard that right. $960,000 for one coin. Now pause for a second and think, how many quarters have passed through your hands in your lifetime? How many times did you skip looking at the date, brushing it off as just another piece of change? This is not a fantasy. This is happening right now, and people just like you are cashing in, quietly, strategically, and suddenly living lifestyles they once only dreamed of. Stay with me, because over the next 10 minutes, you'll learn the secret behind the 1960 no-mint mark quarter, why it's skyrocketing in value, how to know if you have one, and the single most important thing you must do before you sell. Let's go back to 1960, the year the United States was entering a new decade, full of promise and pressure. In the middle of that, millions of quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist. Philadelphia didn't use a mint mark at the time. So when you see a 1960 quarter with no mint mark, it simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. But what makes some of these coins worth nearly $1 million? Two words: rarity and condition. Many 1960 quarters have been lost to time. Others are scratched, worn down, or tossed into coin machines. But the few that remain in pristine condition, untouched, brilliant, and uncirculated, are now considered treasures by collectors. And then there's the showstopper, the 1960 no-mint mark quarter with rare errors. Some have double dies. Others have off-center strikes or dramatic planchet flaws. Each mistake, though unintended, makes the coin even more desirable. Here's where it gets exciting. A single 1960 no-mint mark quarter with the right error and in mint condition has fetched up to $960,000 at auction. Imagine finding one in a coin jar or passed down from a relative. Your entire financial future could change in seconds. You might be asking, why would anyone pay close to $1 million for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents? Because collectors aren't just buying metal. They're buying history, stories, mystery, and most of all, rarity. Coin collecting has become one of the most lucrative alternative investments in the world. And as supply drops and demand grows, prices soar. Let's talk numbers. A typical 1960 no-mint mark quarter in average condition might sell for around $5 to $10. But in mint state condition, MS67 and above, prices start exploding. Add a dramatic mint error and you've just entered six-figure territory. In 2024, one example sold for over $850,000. This year, offers have reached as high as $960,000. But here's what no one tells you. The people making these sales aren't professional collectors. They're ordinary Americans, retired teachers, veterans, people downsizing their homes. One man from Ohio discovered a rare 1960 quarter in his late father's dresser drawer. He nearly spent it at a vending machine until something told him to look closer. That single coin went on to sell for over $700,000. You might be next. So what should you do right now? First, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom camera. Look through your quarters. Pay attention to the date 1960 and whether there's a mint mark. If there's none, you're in the game. Next, examine the coin's condition. Is it crisp, sharp, detailed? Is there a visible error like doubling in the letters or numbers? A smooth edge that looks off? If it looks unusual, don't rush to a pawn shop. Pause. Find a reputable coin dealer or grading service. The right evaluation can mean the difference between a $20 sale and a $200,000 windfall. And here's a crucial warning. The rarest coins are often lost because someone didn't know what they had. Every month, coins like these slip through estate sales, garage sales, or worse, coin counting machines. Don't let that be your story. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street. Sometimes it comes from your own pocket. So ask yourself, are you ready to turn forgotten coins into fortune? Before you leave, make sure to subscribe, because this is just the beginning. I'll show you the coins to look for, the traps to avoid, and how to build real wealth, one quarter at a time. Your future might already be in your hands. The only question is, will you recognize it when you see it? Stay curious, stay alert, and check your change, because your next quarter could be worth $960,000. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more secrets hiding in your spare change. You're not just collecting coins, you're unlocking opportunities. See you in the next video. Imagine reaching into an old coffee jar on your kitchen shelf, pulling out a dusty pile of coins, and holding in your hand a single quarter worth more than your house. Yes, one ordinary-looking 1961 quarter, no mint mark, no warning. And yet, today, it's worth up to $961,000. Sounds impossible? It isn't. This coin exists. And someone out there, maybe even you, is holding it without knowing. Now stop. Ask yourself, when was the last time you really looked at your old coins? Because if you're like most people, you've probably let years go by without checking what could be life-changing value sitting in plain sight. I end this video. We're unlocking the powerful story of the 1961 no mint mark, Washington quarter, why it's rare, what makes it so incredibly valuable, and how you can find out if the one sitting in your drawer is worth nearly $1 million. Stay with me. Because just one tiny detail could be the difference between pocket change and life-changing wealth. Let's rewind the clock to 1961. John F. Kennedy had just become president. Gasoline was 27 cents a gallon, and the Washington quarter was quietly rolling off the mints machines. Most of them came from Denver or Philadelphia. The ones from Denver had a small D mint mark, but the quarters from Philadelphia? No mint mark at all. Here's where things get interesting. The majority of these coins were minted with precision, but every so often, a mistake would slip through. A coin would be struck on the wrong planchet or slightly off-center or carry incredibly sharp detail due to a fresh die being used for only a few coins. And sometimes, a flawless no mint mark quarter would survive circulation. For decades, that's exactly what happened with the rare 1961 no mint mark quarter that stunned collectors and sold for nearly $1 million. So what made that coin so special? It had three things. First, it was in pristine, uncirculated condition. Second, it had a unique die error visible under magnification. And third, it had a strong demand among elite collectors hunting for perfection from the early 60s. Combine rarity, condition, and desire, and you get one thing: sky-high value. Now here's the kicker. These coins aren't locked away in museums. Many of them are still out there in old coin jars, in forgotten dressers, in boxes passed down from a grandfather who used to collect a few old coins now and then. Could one be in your home right now? Let's break this pattern for a second. You know that feeling when you realize something valuable slipped through your fingers? The kind of moment that makes your stomach drop? That's what happened to someone who unknowingly spent their rare 1961 quarter at a laundromat. That same coin ended up being auctioned for over $700,000. Imagine losing that kind of money to a washing machine. It's not just about coins. It's about what you're missing by not checking. Now that you know the story, the question becomes simple. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to go another year letting your valuable coins sit in a dusty box? Or are you going to act, investigate, and maybe, just maybe, unlock a new chapter of financial freedom? Start with your 1961 quarters. Check for that missing mint mark. Look for sharp details, clean rims, and signs of uncirculated quality. If you're unsure, get a magnifying lens. Better yet, get it graded professionally. But don't wait. The market is heating up. Collectors are getting smarter, and the window to sell at peak value won't stay open forever. Imagine paying off your mortgage, helping your children start a new life, or retiring early. All because of one rare coin. This isn't just about money, it's about unlocking a lifestyle of choice, freedom, legacy. So, before you leave this video, ask yourself, have you checked your quarters? And if not, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now for more powerful insights into the rare coins that could change your life, because tomorrow's $1 million discovery might be sitting in your home right now and the clock is ticking. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking coin, the kind that might be sitting in your kitchen drawer or inside an old coin jar, could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A 1962 Washington quarter with no mint mark has recently shocked collectors and dealers alike by reaching a jaw-dropping value of up to $962,000 in the current market. Imagine stumbling upon one of these forgotten coins and realizing it holds the key to transforming your entire financial future. The kind of transformation that could pay off your debts, buy your dream home, or let you live a lifestyle you once only imagined. Too good to be true. Not at all. Stay with me, because over the next 10 minutes, I'll take you on a fascinating journey through time, value, rarity, and the secrets behind one of the most underestimated coins in American history. And by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for and why every second counts. Let's begin with the coin itself. The 1962 Washington quarter. On the surface, it looks ordinary. Silver in color, George Washington's face on one side, and the bald eagle on the other. But here's the twist: if your quarter was minted without a mint mark, and it's in pristine condition, you may be holding a treasure far more valuable than you ever imagined. You see, 1962 was a critical year in coin production. It marked the final years before silver coins were phased out in favor of cheaper metal compositions. Quarters minted in this era, particularly those with no mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint, were made of 90% silver. But silver alone isn't what makes this coin special. Rarity, condition, and collector demand are the three forces that can turn an average coin into a millionaire's asset. And in rare cases, a 1962 no-mint mark quarter graded at the highest mint state level, typically MS-67 or higher, can fetch nearly $1 million at auction. Now ask yourself this: have you ever really looked at your coins? Not just glanced, but truly inspected them? Because someone did, and they walked away with a six-figure payday. Let's dive into the numbers. Most circulated 1962 quarters might sell for their silver melt value, which today sits around $3 to $5. But when a coin is found in mint state, untouched by time, uncirculated, and preserved like a time capsule, the value skyrockets. A rare 1962 quarter graded MS-67 recently sold for over $960,000. Yes, $962,000. Why such a high price? Because in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, condition is king. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin. And rarity combined with historical context creates value. It's not just about age. It's about excellence. A flawless strike, clean surfaces, and brilliant luster. That's what sets million-dollar coins apart. Still think your spare change is worthless? Think again. These coins are out there, hiding in forgotten collections, hidden in old envelopes, or tucked away in your grandparents' attic. Every day that passes is another opportunity missed. Now comes the most important part. What should you do if you think you have one? First, don't clean it. Never attempt to polish or shine a potentially valuable coin. It can destroy the value instantly. Second, inspect it. Look for the year 1962. Check for the absence of a mint mark under the eagle's tail on the reverse side. If it looks promising, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This will officially certify the condition and help unlock its full value on the collector's market. Then, consult with a trustworthy coin dealer or auction house. Demand is high. Collectors are eager. But caution is key. Scams do exist, and knowledge is your best defense. You don't need to be a coin expert. You just need to be curious, informed, and ready to act. Now let me ask you a question. What would you do if you suddenly had $962,000 in your hands? Would you travel the world? Retire early? Pay off your mortgage? Or finally build the business you've been dreaming about for years? This isn't just about a coin. It's about unlocking possibility, creating opportunity, and changing the course of your future with something as small as a quarter. So take a moment. Look around. Check that old change jar. Ask your parents about their coin stash. You never know what you might find. Because somewhere out there, maybe even in your own home, the next million-dollar quarter is waiting to be discovered. And when you find it, your life will never be the same. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden value of old coins, hit that subscribe button right now. We share real strategies, hidden gems, and expert tips on how to turn everyday coins into serious cash. Your financial breakthrough could be closer than you think. Stay tuned. Stay curious. And who knows, maybe your next coin will be worth more than gold. Thanks for watching. Your treasure hunt starts now. Imagine reaching into your change jar and pulling out a coin worth nearly $1 million. No lottery ticket, no business risk, just a small silver disc from 1963 that could change your entire life. You see, right now a single 1963 Washington quarter with no mint mark is shaking up the collector world. One of these coins recently hit the market for up to $963,000. Let that sink in. A coin once worth 25 cents is now worth more than some luxury homes. So the question is, do you have one? Most people overlook the spare change on their dresser. They never stop to think that a forgotten coin could be their one-way ticket to financial freedom. But today, you're not most people. Today, you're about to discover the story behind the 1963 no-mint mark quarter, why it's commanding staggering prices, and how you can identify one before someone else cashes in on yours. Stay with me. What you're about to hear could unlock more than just information. Could unlock opportunity, discovery, the hidden gold in silver. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to go back to the early 1960s. The year was 1963. John F. Kennedy was in the White House. The Beatles hadn't yet landed in America. And the quarter still contained 90% real silver. That's right. If you're holding a 1963 quarter, it's already worth more than face value due to its silver content alone. But there's something even more powerful going on here. Most quarters from that year were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia ones have no mint mark. And while that might seem ordinary, here's the twist. Certain 1963 no-mint mark quarters were struck with extreme precision, almost flawless surfaces, and near-perfect detail. These ultra-rare specimens, especially in mint state condition, are the ones collectors are fighting tooth and nail to acquire. In fact, an MS-67 graded 1963 no-mint mark quarter with full strike details and luster sold for just under $963,000. That's not a typo. That's the real market. What makes these coins rare isn't just age. It's quality, preservation, a clean strike from the original die. It's the tiny details most people never see, but serious collectors are trained to notice. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. The vast majority of these valuable quarters weren't stored away in coin folders. They were spent, lost in circulation, which means your couch cushions, coin jars, or that old collection your grandfather left in the attic could be sitting on a gold mine in silver disguise. Think about that. Think about what's at stake. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you checked the year and mint mark on a quarter? Ever? You might be tossing away your retirement fund every time you buy a soda. Funny, isn't it? We chase side hustles, complicated investments, and business ideas, but forget that real wealth could be hiding in plain sight. Conclusion: from coin to cash to lifestyle. So what should you do right now? First, start looking. Pull out your old coins. Go through your spare change. Check every quarter minted in 1963. Look for the ones without a mint mark, especially those in pristine, untouched condition. Second, get it appraised by a certified numismatist. Not every coin will be worth six figures, but you'll never know unless you look. And third, understand this moment. We live in a time when demand for rare coins is at an all-time high. Collectors, investors, even auction houses are paying top dollar for high-grade historical coins. But here's the catch. These opportunities don't last forever. As more people become aware of coins like the 1963 no-mint mark quarter, fewer of them remain undiscovered. Every day that passes is one less chance to be the lucky person who cashes in. You have a decision to make. Will you take action, or will someone else find the treasure sitting in your old change? Because one thing is certain, coins don't just carry history, they carry hidden value, and in rare cases, life-changing wealth. This 1963 quarter is more than a coin. It's a key to a life of freedom, options, and financial peace. And if you think this was shocking, wait until you hear about the 1943 penny that's made people millionaires overnight. But we'll talk about that in the next video. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications, because the next coin we reveal could be the one in your wallet right now. Don't let your future wealth slip through your fingers. Act now. Start searching. And remember, every coin tells a story. Some just end in 6 zeros. Imagine reaching into an old drawer and pulling out a dusty coin that's been sitting there for decades. It's a 1964 quarter, just an ordinary piece of pocket change? Or is it? What if I told you that very coin could be worth up to $964,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for one single quarter. Now pause for a moment. What would you do with nearly $1 million? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Retire early? But here's the catch. Most people have no idea this coin even exists, let alone that it could make them wealthy beyond their dreams. And right now, there are thousands of these coins hiding in plain sight across America. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify the rare 1964 quarter, and why one coin just like it recently made headlines with a staggering market value of over $964,000. Don't blink. You might be sitting on a gold mine. Let's rewind to 1964. The United States Mint was producing millions of quarters in response to a booming economy. Most of them were made from 90% silver and carried no mint mark, signifying they were minted in Philadelphia. They looked the same as every other coin in circulation at the time. But hidden among these coins are a few that are far from ordinary. Due to striking errors, unique die varieties, and untouched silver content, some 1964 quarters stand out from the rest. These aren't just collector's items. These are life-changing finds. And while most people spend them without a second thought, savvy collectors and rare coin hunters know their true value. Here's where it gets exciting. One of these rare 1964 quarters, with no mint mark and near-perfect condition, was recently auctioned for a staggering $964,000. That's more than the average house in America. So how can you tell if your old coin is worth nearly $1 million? Quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at a coin in your hand before spending it? Most of us toss them in a jar or lose them in our car's cup holder. But if you have a 1964 quarter, especially one with no mint mark, it's time to take a very close look. Now let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. First, the metal. In 1964, quarters were still made of 90% silver. That alone gives them value above face value. But that's just the beginning. The real fortune lies in certain minting anomalies. Some of these quarters have doubled dies, giving the design a shadowed or doubled appearance on the lettering or numbers. Others have pristine, uncirculated finishes with sharp details and no wear. And then there's the no mint mark mystery. Most of these valuable quarters were minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark. But collectors discovered that certain coins from this batch had flawless detail, exact striking alignment, and a rich silver luster that set them apart. These subtle traits are like fingerprints, and they are what turn a 25-cent piece into a small fortune. Still not convinced? In one auction, a collector purchased a single 1964 no mint mark quarter with a double die reverse and near mint condition. The final bid? Just shy of $1 million. Think about that. A coin that's been out there since the Beatles invaded America, now changing lives. Here's something you didn't expect. Some of these rare quarters were discovered not in expensive collections or museums, but in pocket change. Yes, regular people have cashed in, sometimes without even realizing what they held until it was appraised. So where do you go from here? First, check your drawers, your coin jars, even your old wallets. If you or your family have coins saved from the past, especially from the 1960s, it's time to investigate. Second, educate yourself. Learn to identify the key features: silver content, doubling effects, and pristine conditions. There are expert coin graders and dealers who can help authenticate and value your coin properly. Third, act quickly. As awareness grows, more people are entering the hunt. That means fewer high-value coins left undiscovered, and the market is becoming more competitive by the day. But those who take action now have a shot at life-changing results. You may be sitting on a coin that could rewrite your financial story. This isn't just about collecting. It's about seizing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Imagine this. You find the coin, you get it graded, you attend the auction, and you walk away with a check that changes your future forever. But here's the twist. You'll never know unless you look. So don't wait. Your future might just be hiding in the palm of your hand. Make sure to subscribe for more powerful stories, real coin finds, and the exact steps you can take to turn your pocket change into real wealth. You've heard the stories. Now it's time to write your own. Because while most people overlook old coins, you just might be the one who cashes in.